So remember in my last video when I said I was, quote, enjoying the process? The process that is motovlogging? I'd like to change my mind. Play the intro, Pierce!
We're scared to be lonely.
How are we all doing, folks? Pierce here, and my guess is you're also here to watch me ride. And I'm on my way to the Clearfield County Fair. Yes, it is a momentous time of the year in this area, and there is a parade tonight. In fact, it's in 19 minutes. And later on, there's going to be some fireworks. And my family's already there, so I got out of work on time, no less, and I'm going to go meet them. And I planned on my next motovlog being about my motorcycle, and I was going to give a walk around, and that, that was going to be the next video. However, I wanted to talk about something that I came upon after I finished editing the last video. And let me just say, it made me very angry. Now, I had said that I had tried twice to record that video. The first time, again, suicidal bug, rip. It ruined all my footage, so I had to do it again. And I was actually pretty proud of myself because that motovlog, I almost did in one take. Like, the edit really didn't take me that long at all. And I got to the point where I was ready to render the video and export it, prepare it for YouTube upload. And, I played it back, I watched it, it was all good. I'm like, yep, let's hit the upload button. And I walked away. I came back 4 hours later, and it was at 12%. 12%. Yes. 4 hours into the upload, and it is 12% complete. And obviously I was super excited to get it up. A lot of people I had told, hey, I'm gonna have this motovlog up on Saturday, keep an eye out for it. Well, it was Saturday night, and I knew at this point that I wasn't gonna be ready. And I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. But being the IT guy that I am, I couldn't just let it go. So I canceled the upload, and I decided to try it from a different browser. And I watched for about an hour, and it got to 2%. So at this point, I'm like, screw it, it's not a browser issue. And again, just to make sure that everybody's aware, I don't know the first thing about editing videos. I don't know the first thing about uploading videos or anything like that. I'm learning. So I go back to my original browser and kick it off, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed. We'll let it run overnight. And that was the end of it. So I wake up the next morning, and it finished uploading it, and it was at 67% processing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. I'm a very patient man. But when excitement gets the most of me, I can't wait. I need it up immediately. So I started doing a little bit of research, and I discovered, I mean, I can't say that I discovered it. It was right in front of me the whole time. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it and put it on the screen. YouTube has recommended video upload settings. For when you're exporting your video, they recommend, hey, for 1080p, 60 frames per second, this is what we recommend. Well, I didn't view this document. What's up, man? I hadn't viewed this document prior to exporting that video. And I learned about a little thing called bitrate. Now, I record on a GoPro Hero 4 Silver, And so I'm doing 1080p, 60 frames a second. And YouTube recommends for that a bit rate of 12 megabits per second. Now, I have not since gone back to my video editing software. I use DaVinci Resolve. I might get into why I use that. I have not gone into DaVinci Resolve yet to see what the preset was for bitrate, because I did a little bit more digging into my exported video, and I came to the realization that the raw footage from the GoPro, there were 2 files. It was done in one take, essentially. 2 files got transferred to my computer, and it totaled about 8 gigabytes, somewhere around there. And after editing, I think I took about 4 or 5 minutes out of the raw footage. The exported render was 24 gigabytes. It tripled in size. So something ain't right. Yeah. And again, back to the bitrate thing. That's when I started doing research into that. And the next thing I need to do is figure out what DaVinci Resolve was trying to use for a bitrate. And for this video, I'm gonna play around with those settings a little bit. So this is more or less a test for me. But yeah, it ruffled my feathers. Yes, it did. I was rather disappointed. However, the video's up. Unfortunately, I don't think 1080p is going to be available for it. 720p took about 12 hours to become available. Oh my gosh, there were turkeys down there. Oh, I saw them. I actually have, I don't want to say a fear. No, I have a straight up hatred for turkeys. And I will take you on a little bit of a Pierce story time video to explain why I don't like turkeys. I'll give you a bit of a hint though. One tried to kill me. I also discovered something else upon uploading that last video. But the audio's a little messed up. I bought a stereo microphone, and a stereo microphone, again, I don't know much about audio and mics and whatnot, but on the microphone there is a left receiver and a right receiver. And I have the microphone itself kind of situated towards the right-hand side of my mouth. So when I was playing it back on YouTube, I noticed in my headset that a lot of the audio was coming out of the right, shall we call it, earmuff of my headset. There was definitely sound coming out of the left, but either way, I'm gonna have to work on relocating the microphone a little bit to kind of centralize the audio so it's not predominantly one speaker over the other. But these are all things I'm gonna learn. Again, I said I wanted to change my mind about the process, but no, this is a new thing for me. I'm learning, and yeah, it was frustrating at the time, but in retrospect, this is a mistake I hopefully won't make in the future. So, man, it better not start raining. That doesn't look promising. That cloud right there. Oh, speaking of my audio setup, so I needed to make a dead cat of sorts, right? So I went on to Walmart.com, because Walmart has just about everything, and I went to their fabric department and found some faux fur and figured I'll buy the least amount that I can possibly get, and just cut out a little section, tape it into the helmet, and be good to go. So I rode to the Walmart. I'm dying. So I rode out to the Walmart and walked leisurely over to the fabric department, and there was no faux fur. There wasn't even real fur. There was no fur, none. So I'm like, crap. So I have my buddy with me, and usually if I'm by myself, I don't find what I need within a couple of minutes. Screw it, I'll go somewhere else, or I'll just buy it online. And that was initially going to be the solution. However, I had my friend with me, and he recommended we go over to the toy section and look through what they have. Maybe they've got some stuffed animals or something that I could use. And boy, am I glad he was there, because I found the very last troll. I'll put a picture of the troll on the screen. A very fuzzy green troll. And I bought it because it was real furry, and I thought to myself, well, this might work. For $9, it's worth a shot. So I brought the troll home, and I immediately showed my kids, like, hey, look at this troll, it's a cool toy, right? And my oldest was like, well, who's it for? Did you buy it for me? And I said, no, I'm gonna cut it into a million little pieces. The look on his face was priceless. I shouldn't laugh at the fact that my son was a little upset that the toy was not for him. Oh, my manberries, ow. But yeah, so what I currently have wrapped around my microphone is the skin and flesh of a stuffed troll from the recent Trolls movie. There's a troll in my helmet. Oh, we're almost to the fair. I'm going to hopefully try to get some clips, if I can, of the fireworks. If the footage is any good, I'll insert it here. But yeah, again, this video is kind of random. I just wanted to rant a little bit about some of the issues I ran into with my first video and getting it live, and not entirely happy with the quality of it. I believe it has something to do with bitrate. But in any event, I'm going to use this video as my second try, my mulligan. For those golfers out there, it's going to be my mulligan. Let's see if I can keep my file size down and my upload speed. See if I can get that to be a little bit faster. Creepy cemetery.
2 hours later.
Well, it's still daylight out, kind of. The sun is setting on another day. I'm on my way home. I found out that the fireworks, they start at 10 o'clock. And I didn't want to be out really late tonight. I got work tomorrow. So I am going to skip the fireworks. Meaning there's not going to be any firework footage. My apologies. However, I'm a big baby about, you know, staying out late, stuff like that. Weird things like that happen when you have kids. Like, before kids, it was yeah, I mean, you'd go out all the time, you'd be out late, party, dance, drink, all that stuff, you know, and then you have kids and you're like, but it's a work night. I can't go out. So yeah, I'm heading home. No firework footage, which is a shame. The fireworks last year were actually pretty good. But either way, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Maybe learned a little something if you're into recording and posting videos on YouTube. I know I learned something over the weekend. And if you like the content, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.